Hey, what up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? This is Manny Fresh, and I'm here for my second video. I'm excited, I'm motivated, and yeah, man, I had to hold myself accountable for the second time, for the second day in a row. I told myself, I don't care what happens, what's going on, I'm going to upload this video. So here we are. So today I want to get a little bit more personal. I want you guys to get to know me on a deeper level. I want to get to know you guys on a deeper level. I want you guys to know kind of like where I want to go with this channel, what I want the theme to be, and things of that nature. So let's start off with me saying I don't want this to be just about fitness. I don't. I want this to be more so about personal growth. Um, we all have things we want to accomplish. And sometimes the biggest thing is fear. Sometimes we say, man, or doubt, I don't know if I can do that. Or, man, I used to be here and, now I'm here and, those days are behind me. No, no. If it's something you want to achieve, you go for it. And when you come here, that's what I want that to be about. I want all of us to be able to feed off each other, bounce ideas off of each other, share energy and experiences, and accomplish goals as a community. So that's the direction I want to go. Um, so I've talked to about a few people, and say about 30 or so. And while talking to these people, two questions typically came up more frequently than others. So those two questions are going to allow me to explain like my background and who I am as a person and allow you guys to get to know me better. So the first question was, what made you want to create this channel? Let's talk about it. So I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. When people think of Cleveland, they think of like, LeBron, the Cavs, maybe the Indians. When I think of Cleveland, I think of slums. I think of ghetto. I think of poverty. I think of hardships, people scraping the bottom of the barrel just trying to survive. Because that was kind of like how my childhood was. I mean, we barely stayed afloat. And, I'm a touch on a few subjects, but if you guys want to know specifics or if there's anything you want to know on a deeper level, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm not shy. I don't care. We'll discuss it. So grew up. So let me start by this. I have three biological brothers. My two brothers, two of my brothers live with their dad. The one passed away. My sister lived with my dad, and then I lived with my mother. So I was the only kid raised in her household. Um, to say the least, she was a character. But that'll be a whole story for another video. So we'll get into it. If you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. So, so like back in school, we all know kids can be cruel. And I didn't come up in a household where we could afford like expensive shit, so I had the hand-me-downs. I had the, my brother's clothes. And the other brother, it all came down to me. And so I was that kid at lunch, and sometimes we didn't even know when we was gonna get our next meal. So I'd be that kid that's like, you drinking that milk? Yeah, I drink it. Or, if somebody wasn't that I knew, of course, somebody wasn't eating, say like they had a salad or a hot pocket or something like that. If you're not eating that, shit, I take it off your hands. I eat it. Fuck it. Um, and for a period, let's just say more so like elementary and early middle school, um, people tried to bully me. But what they didn't know, well, let me backtrack a little bit. So, you know, I used to always ask myself, how come your parents can afford this and mine can't? How come your parents can afford to get you the new shoes and your parents can afford to get you the clothes? And the fact that you got that, What makes you better than me? What gives you the right to talk about me because I can't have it? It's something even as a kid I never rock with. I'm like, it just wasn't cool. So I was very, very angry to say the least. Very. My outlet was working out. So I was the kid that was at home doing 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, and we had a punching bag in my basement. So I come home from school and I'm doing this. So most of the other kids where I grew up, they smoking, they drinking, they trying to chase the girls, and all I'm doing is working out. I'm letting all this frustration out at home. So we had a few situations where some of the, tough guys, they wanted to try their hands. So they like, okay, here go the bummy kid. I want to impress the girls. I want to show off. So let me come and try you. Let's just say that ain't really go the way they thought it was going to go. So now we have a situation where the bummy kid was supposed to be in the ass end of the joke, but you end up being the ass end of the joke because now you just got, let's just say, beat up in front of everybody. And that kind of put everybody in his mind frame like, okay, we going to leave that one alone. So I ended up not really having too many problems. And then as I got a little older, I started to be that kid that, like, okay, I don't want to not have money. I don't want to be broke. So I had little hustles. Like, so I used to walk to the grocery store and I was that kid that, do you need your bags carried to your car? So, I take, people's bags, carry them to the car, and I make, a little bit of money. And I always knew how to hold on to $1. So things end up getting better. So we fast forward, and it's a lot more, but like I said, we can cover a lot of this in later videos. So we fast forward, go into foster care. We'll talk about that. So, some situations happen. End up going in foster care. After I go into foster care, I get out at 18. I kind of like chilled around for a little bit. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I ended up going to the Army. So I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas. That's a story in itself. If you want to know about that, let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. Get out the Army. What do I want to do? You know what? Start reflecting. End up coming back home after a period of time, and I started looking around at, the people that I grew up with and people that I knew, and it mind boggled me that a lot of people had not changed at all in the years that I had left. These people were stagnant. It was like they had, you ever heard that saying, like people got their foot in the mud? It was like that. No growth, no anything. So I'm like, you know what? I can't live my life like that. I can't be another statistic. I cannot go down this path where I'll allow myself to not achieve anything in life. I got too much potential for that. So I end up going to nursing school, finishing that. I know a few guys, that, we talk about investments. So I made, a few investments, so was making some decent money, got my passport, started traveling. And somewhere along the line, I started to kind of like let myself go. Like, so I wake up one day. No, I was, so me and my boy, we was running and we was recording each other doing sprints. And I watched the video back and I was like, that's me. Like I had gained, I was like fat, like in my eyes, and I weighed myself and I'm like 225, 230, somewhere around there. And I had never been this heavy in my life. So I went from being that kid and that travel, it stayed with me up until the Army. But I went from being a super, super fit guy to like kind of big. And I'm like, no, this can't be. For a really, really long time, I wanted to commit to getting back to where I was or very, very close to it. So here we are. Okay, So that brings me to the second question. The second most common question was, um, it's always start off the same. So you don't look that bad. Why do you want to work out so much? So I kind of already broke it down a little bit for you, but to get a little bit more detailed about it, exercising has always been a passion of mine. Like I said before, it was my outlet. So it was something that gave me purpose, so to speak, you know, uh, made me super confident. I always felt super healthy. It's something that I took pride in. I took pride in the fact that, you know, every time because I used to set little goals for myself. So I'll say, you know, today I want to do, let's say 600 push-ups. So before, let's just say 8 o'clock at night, I want to get, you know, do 600, 700 push-ups. And every time I set that goal for myself, it made me feel excellent. And this was an everyday thing. I remember I went to go visit my brothers at their house one day, and their dad was he was a fitness guy too. Now I'm a kid, remind you, and I remember he was like, we were doing jumping jacks, and he was like, how many can you do? I was like, over 200. He was like, you can't do 200 jumping jacks. No, you can't. I was like, yes, I can. He was like, if you do 200 jumping jacks, I'll give you, what did he say? I think it was like $20, but you know, back in the day, $20 is a lot. And then I was like, let's do it then. So I bust out the 200 jumping jacks. And the look on his face, he was like, damn, you really serious about this shit? Yes, I am. Very much so. So yeah, I always took pride in that. You know, I can remember people being like, well, you can't do 100 push-ups straight. I jumped down, bust out 100 straight. And the look on people's faces like, damn, you really can do 100 straight? Yes, I can. So it's something I've always took pride in. It's something that always made me feel good. And like I said, it's something that gave me purpose, you know. I look forward to doing it every day. And I want to get back there. So, like I said, the first goal for myself to get the 190. And I want you guys to come along with me for this journey. And I want you guys to tell me something. What's something that you might have been procrastinating about that you want to do? What's something that, you know, maybe something even, you know, back in the day that you were really passionate about, but as the years went on and as this journey, you know, this journey called life kind of can deter us from some of the things that makes us, you know, really happy. Let me know about it. Let's talk about it. I think that's good for a second one. But you know, I want to thank everybody for the support. I want to thank everybody that's coming by, showing love. Everybody that's tuning in. If you can like and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. So let's go get it. I'm actually about to go run and do. I think I'm gonna do a push-up workout today. Yeah. So until next time.